some combos because he get out with the up so easily. And we have Apollo with Jesus, Jesus Samus, a character that we don't see that much often for now, but he still has some potential. So let's see about this. We're on Smashville for now, a small stage with a lot of edgeguard potential. Let's see how it goes.
For sure. And I think the one of the biggest things about Zerasu in terms of this metagame is her ability to counterpick characters that have a hard time approaching, because Zerasu, with all that mobility, is a very difficult character to approach reliably and consistently. And Game & Watch does fall under that category. All of those hitboxes, not a ton of range.
Yeah, for now he's just trying to use all the strength of the character. The forward tilt and the forward B, the forward air is quite complicated for some approach on the character if you don't have any hitbox to challenge it. For now, some up smash will do maybe some of the work. The down air here with some maybe one hitbox just getting it on the platform, and finally the down smash getting it. Some difficulties to approach it. Well, that is the style of a good Game & Watch, to be so defensive with a lot of hitbox. And for now, Apollo has some struggles to get in.
For sure, like we're seeing just a lot of the coverage that Game & Watch can offer, and all of that safety on shield, up B out of shield. That boost kick is really good if your opponent is super negative, but Game & Watch very rarely is here. Dex, we just have to see Apollo take their time extremely often throughout all of these games. As another grab comes out here for KAZÍÍ, and so much damage with it.
I love how he covers everything. He just try to get just upward to catch his opponent, to just try something with the F tilt, which is here a big good hitbox. But unfortunately, his floatiness will be catch here by Apollo. Good call here for the back air, if I'm not wrong. And now what I like the most here is the mobility that Apollo is trying to get. But unfortunately, if he doesn't touch his opponent, it could be quite complicated. And we have KAZÍÍ with all the hitboxes he's tried to have there, just touching everything because it is such a small stage. You have to confront the opponent quickly.
I want everyone to keep in mind as well some of these ledge interactions that Apollo has been going with. Very reserved on some of their flip jumps from Legend, choosing to pick normal options and always looking out for a lot of these bombs. There it is, three ledge options in a row, three different ones. Meanwhile, KAZÍÍ has been sticking to his guns, looking for the drag down with that down smash, but no dice, and is still playing the hardcore coverage game like you were mentioning, Dex.
And for now, yeah, it's quite okay. We have here a back throw, maybe can something here, but unfortunately, he'll survive on this situation. Apollo trying to down smash, of course, to get some paralyzed, maybe an up B to follow, but no, nothing here. Just a little bit hammered. That knockback is disgusting, and finally we'll catch something here with the key to victory, maybe Obo on this down air.
I mean, if you're able to edge guard Zerasu even for one stock,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
a pretty good one.
Yeah, well, when you know that's from a Game & Watch, you know that you're in trouble.
40% instantly. We're seeing a lot more Zares here. Oh, the side B's not going to do it either, but can you find this edge guard? Or not going for an edge guard, instead just looking for a ledge trap. Had the setup with the side B, but just unable to get it out in time before yet another one of these big hitboxes from Game & Watch came down upon him. 120, yeah, this will do it on Smashville. The run-in up smash as an anti-air, looking for another one, that time as a combo starter, but no dice. It's getting tense here. Zerasu can't take a lot of hits, and missing ledge like that isn't going to be helpful either.
Yeah, she tried to mix up the option before touching with the side B, but unfortunately that will be not the case, and there'll be a little fallout. What I love from Apple, though, is that he acknowledged during the game that he can have maybe some shot on the mid-range situation, because he used a little bit more the side Bs, the up smash, the running up smash that we saw for taking the second stock, because it can be, if I'm not wrong, and good anti-air for the down air, which is one of the options that Game & Watches love to use to get quickly on stage. So maybe that can be a solution, but for now we saw that KAZÍÍ was more consistent on his approaches, on his anti-game, because Game & Watch is all about this. So let's see with game 2, a little more wide stage, or maybe on one of the widest stages. I think that could be maybe a good solution for the two of them, because they could be so evasive and it could be so hard to catch the adversary if they're not careful.
For sure, I completely agree. And it was a stage like Pokemon Stadium or Town and City, like stuff that lets Zerasu disengage reliably, is always going to be a preferred method of action for any Zerasu player. Though KAZÍÍ has just been so successful at picking options out of block. Like, it hasn't always been up Bs, though they have absolutely been common, but he seems very willing to drop shield and go for stuff like jabs, or mix in these different tools in order to find ways to at the very least scrap with Zero Suit, and the damage speaks for itself.
Yeah, and the down smashes try getting every time or almost every time. Apollo is quite surprising because he jumps so often, trying to get all he can from the platforms just to be more not predictable from KAZÍÍ here. Just touching, but unfortunately, not getting in the ground for the down smash for the Game and Watch, and the forward air finally getting something. We are 78%. We know how light can be Game & Watch, but unfortunately, that's the kill power that lacks here from the suit Samus.
He was trying to kill him. See
Yeah, he
that?
tried so
Then there
hard.
into side B. You know, sometimes you get a lead and you're like, I want a bigger one. It just has all of these all of these moves come out in just the wrong positions or the slightly missed spacings. Things like Game & Watch down air or even back air, for instance, those are negative enough to be hit by many of these out of shield moves, but the range and the disjoint upon them are just enough, and as well as the shield stun as well, kind of throwing off Apollo's timings a ton. And look at all this damage that continues to rack up. Zero Suit, not a character that can take much punishment.
Okay, maybe, just once a search for the meal and just here for a second with the F forwarder. The forwarder is really good there because if you're not careful with the ZSS, you can be punished so good in the air if you're not careful, and just getting here a big hitbox that you can be sometimes not challenged is so great. And for now, we are on 135, just getting to get juggled here with the up air. Once again, you have to be patient because the Bombi, if it doesn't explode on your face, you can just wait for it to disappear. You have a forward smart train there, and unfortunately with 27% he can do much on this grab. He's really trying hard to get on the Game & Watch, but for now the defensive option might be the best thing that KAZÍÍ can do now.
We're in a really interesting predicament here, Dex, where it's like a Zero Suit at 149, you're basically just looking for a stray hit against a character that is if not the most mobile characters, and trying to see, it looked like Apollo was finally committing to some sort of air-to-air there with something like an up air, but mistimed it ever so slightly to try and ensure the full hop, ensure it connects, and just hesitating even a little bit means you're eating Game & Watch down there, and now KAZÍÍ can finally find some momentum again to the tune of 42, almost getting near back air though.
Yeah, that was scary. This one was a little bit scary. He tries really well to get the paralysis here for the down smash, but nothing here. Just up B out of the situation, and for now, it's not a problem for him to be that corner because he knows that it's Apollo that has to make his moves. Really good move here with the down beam, but unfortunately not getting the kill for now. 140. Unfortunately, can be maybe on the next option something that we can rely on, but for now, no. Just trying to fish some moves, but for now, KAZÍÍ on the defensive side, as always, the good answers. On 128, is not then on the up throw. He is, and 76%. Maybe that can be a comeback.
Very much could be. We saw just how good Apollo was at the nickel and dime game once they reached outside of all of these combo percents in the previous stock. Can KAZÍÍ make some adaptations though, looking for yet another drag down, but their punish is only going to be a 4th throw. I like that intentional miss tech there. You're not trying to get caught by getting hit by Zero Suit neutral there on a neutral tech, so you miss the tech intentionally and you go for the get up attack to throw off their timings a little bit. Sometimes you gotta have those options. Going for it again though, and the up B on the DI up there. KAZÍÍ has so much of this counterplay on lock.
Yeah, and finally we are leaving what we were talking about previously, but unfortunately the forward here, but he was using more of the distance he could have thanks to PS2, just trying to get some little side Bs just in the air, just then getting the grabs and maybe trying to get some damages, some little skirmishes when he can rely on. But no, unfortunately, when you have someone just pressuring you and big anti-gameplay, anti-approaches, anti-combo situation, well, it'll be in favor of KAZÍÍ, and Apollo will go straight to the moon, getting in loser side.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough road in losers, to say the least, especially with how many entrants there were at this Scarlet Classic. It's always such like a poppin' event throughout the every year, once a year. Has so many different games, and Smash Ultimate, a whole bunch of killers come out all at once. We see players from across New Jersey, as mentioned, and certainly, and as it is in Tri-State, many of hidden bosses and many of unranked killers, and KAZÍÍ is looking to take some names as he'll move on to play either the winner of Weezer or Snap.
Let's see. Let's see. Hope good luck for him. But yeah, he had some good things going for him. But the problem is, well, Game & Watch against DSS can be like super complicated because you need to get there. You need to have your combos, and if it's not completely perfect, it's like Yoshi. It's like these characters that have good options out of shield. It's a frame 3 with the invincibility, man. So. Well, it can be infuriating. we know that for sure. And Game & Watch is one of the characters that you have to think about a second game plan of something else on your just classic charts because, well, it can go out of it if you're not consistent in execution.
Absolutely, and we'll get to see if there's some other consistency that can come up throughout the rest of the day as round 1 continues to get underway. As I think the next match we're getting is going to be a South Jersey killer and many player, a player who has experienced so much of Smash in both this game and the previous. It's going to be Boosk coming up against Kev or something. I guess that it is his tag. So we'll see what they can do. Boosk primarily has been going Corrin lately, but also has been known to play the Rob as well.
All right, some Robs. You guys have a lot of Rob in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we do.
Zomba cooking. I know this is all of the New York and the urban situation, but well, come on.
Yeah, there's you know what they say, Dex? You know, it's pick a top tier. You know, Rob's a pretty good one at that. Like so many.
Yeah, gotta be a slave, man.
Yeah, so much utility under that robot. But it will be a question to see if Boosk wants to go that route or if they're choosing to play a lot more into their neutral game and into their range type of style, which is why they had been playing so much Corrin. Very, very big believer in the character by just nature of the idea that if you constantly win neutral by means of having the better range and having all of these tools that are so safe and very generically strong, then like you don't need to worry about killing absolutely early. You can look for those when they're there, but you always know you have a strong set of tools available at any situation.
Yeah, and you know you're strong. When you start the circus juggle, you know that you can be just the master of the field because you get the guy and you can just when you take the hands of one of your enemies in school and you're like, why are you eating yourself? Well, you try something better. Because you know you have everything on you because you can have hard jugglies, you have some good things if the character you're facing is not good against the projectiles, you can have some good options there. So yeah, depends on who you will face, but Corey can be a good pick.